views of the hosts and guests do not reflect those of the station.
Good morning, Philippines. You are watching the Business Portal, your gateway to business trends and opportunities. Coming to you live on Channel 8 via Destiny Cable and Channel 213 on Sky Cable, and also Channel 1 via GSAT. Good morning. I am your host, Rowena Suarez, and you can just call me Ro for short. Our segment, Investment Academy, talks about the different ways to increase investment capacity, financial literacy, and awareness. Investment Academy will show Filipinos not only how to make money, but also how to create wealth. Let's start our show with our Just Ask Crow portion. From texter 0475, good morning. I am 50 years old and I want to save for my retirement. Can you give me advice? Saan ako pwede mag-invest at magkano? Okay, later we have actually a good guest here for you to answer your questions about where you should put your retirement money, so please stay tuned. Another one is 9962 from Hoya. Hi, good morning. I just want to ask if I can work in the stock market. I'm 22 years old, undergrad, and my work just ended. Okay, stay tuned, and we will answer that later. Via Twitter, how will the U.S. shutdown affect investment in the Philippines? Stay tuned again, and we will answer that. Why does the stock market keep going down? We will still answer that later, and we have a lot of things to talk about with our guests today. And for your questions again, please join us in our conversation. Get in touch with us through 0917-862-7576. That's 0917-862-7576. You can also email me at justaskrow@gmail.com. You can also follow me on Twitter, just_askrow. And we also have Investment Academy on YouTube by Rowena Suarez. What is the issue about the U.S. shutdown? Should we be alarmed at this? How is this affecting our investment climate? To give us an understanding about this matter, let us welcome one of our favorite resource speaker here in our show and my guest co-host for today, Professor J. Peñaflor. Good morning, Professor J.
Good morning, Miss Ro. It's nice to see you back.
I know. Thank you for coming. And so timing, our questions are all directed to you, I think.
I noticed, mukha nga planadong-planado. Nag-aabang talaga yung mga viewers natin. Na-miss ko naman rin ang show mo, Miss Ro. Ano? So, excited ako mag-guest talaga dito sa show mo
Thank
today.
you. And you're always welcome to be here in the show. So, a brief background on the U.S. shutdown. Ano ba yung tinatawag nila na U.S. shutdown ngayon?
Okay, a literal na shutdown, Miss Ro. Shutdown, ibig sabihin, meron na natigil yung operations, hindi naman ng lahat ng government services sa Estados Unidos or sa US, but etong shutdown na to, yung tinatawag natin na partial government shutdown.
So, ang partial government shutdown means that part of the government operations not necessarily
Will be stopped.
Stopped, not necessarily the private sector.
Ang mga ihihinto lang, pag sinabi mong shutdown, ihihinto, ngayon yung mga non-essential government services.
Like,
yung hindi importante, halimbawa yung operations ng mga parks or zoo,
okay.
maybe yung pag-kolekta ng garbage sa US, yung postal services, yung mga nagtatrabaho as forest rangers.
Okay.
So yun, ititigil muna at saka kung yung posisyon sa government hindi naman essential, hindi
it's not
importante.
as functional as
correct,
should be.
hindi
Like what?
importante. Halimbawa, yung clerical lang yung trabaho mo and then magagawa naman ng isa pang tao, you will be asked, sasabihin sa'yo, mag-leave ka muna kasi wala kaming ipang-sweldo sa'yo. So yun, ang tawag doon, yung mga non-essential services ng US government tinigil, ang tawag doon US shutdown. Pero yung mga importante
because it sounds very alarming, no?
Correct, oo.
It sounds very alarming, and yun, di ba what they say, when when the US is coughing, we catch it as well.
Correct. At
So-
kaya dapat, Ms. Ro, mag-ingat rin yung mga business reporter. Kasi pag kino-communicate nila yan to the investing public, halimbawa, yung isang reporter ng isang malaking media outfit, yung shutdown, medyo it causes alarm.
Yeah,
Lalo
it
sa
sounds
mga
very
nag-i-invest.
alarming, yes.
Oo. So, dapat pag-ingatan natin, it's not an entire shutdown, not a total government shutdown, partial shutdown lang. Yung mga importanteng US government services essential to make the US economy running, to keep it running. Nandyan pa rin, halimbawa yung mga healthcare services.
Okay.
Nandyan
It's going
pa
to be
rin yan.
there.
Siyempre, yung military operations, very important. It should not be stopped. Otherwise, some factions may take advantage.
What came about this? So, I mean, the U.S. lawmakers, they were supposed to do, supposed to fix it last night or what?
Correct.
No? So,
Oo.
what brought about this?
Yeah, this is what happened. Ang US, meron rin silang tinatawag na financial year o fiscal year. Parang isang kumpanya. Yung kumpanya, meron na halimbawa, si Company A, ang fiscal year niya is January to December, 1 year. Ang fiscal year naman ng US government is from October 1 to September 30.
Okay.
So, dapat from October 1 to September 30, meron kang working budget. Yung working budget mo dapat i-approve ng Congress.
Okay.
Sa US, dalawa yung Kongreso. Dalawa yung components, yung House of Representatives,
Which is the Congress.
correct, at saka yung Senate.
Senate.
Parang dito rin sa atin sa Pilipinas. Sa Kongreso, meron, o sa US, system of government, dalawa. Meron mga Republican leaders at meron mga Democratic politicians. Hindi sila nag-agree. So yung Republicans are too conservative. Sabi nila, bawasan natin yung gastos ng gobyerno, let us make some cuts. We have to save kasi malapit na nating ma-achieve yung ma-hit yung debt ceiling natin, and if we do that, it will be very, very harmful to the Philippine economy. So meron silang pinagtatalunan, lalong-lalo na yung Obamacare, yung healthcare system that President Obama is proposing.
So they're
Yung
stopping that first.
Correct. Yung Republicans, sabi na, it's too expensive, we cannot afford that, we have to save. Si Democratic system naman, proponent yan ng spending. We have to spending to propel the US economy, to make the US economy grow further. So hindi sila, inabot ng September 30, dapat by September 30, meron ng approved budget. Hindi sila nag-agree. Hindi nag-approve. October 1 na. At dahil nga walang approved budget na dapat again na approved ng US Congress, House of Representatives, and Senate to be signed by the US President, hindi nangyari yon October 1. Kaya ngayon, walang working budget. Kaya nagkaroon ng shutdown. Sabi nila, hindi tayo makakapagpasweldo. Pero wag naman nating gawing total shutdown yung mga non-essential services. Yun yung itigil natin. Yung mga
well, garbage. I mean, until when will they do this? Until when is this
that
shutdown?
yan ang magandang question.
Oo.
Kasi pag pinatagal nila yan, para sa akin, it will be very, very harmful. I read a research report saying that pag pinatagal mo ng 1 month yung shutdown, makakaposibleng mabawasan yung US economic output as measured by its gross domestic product ng 1.4%. Imagine that, sa isang araw na may shutdown, yung partial shutdown ng US, ang nababawas sa output ng US economy is around 300 million US dollars. Pag pinatagal mo yan ng 1 week, 1.4% yung posibleng mabawas niyan sa US economy. At alam naman natin yung US economy ngayon, ang growth rate 2%, less than 2%.
Yes.
So less than 2%, sabi mo 2% minus 1.4%,
0.6.
0.6, or it can be negative.
Okay, so by shutting down, by shutting down, how much can they save
Okay.
as against to the output that it should be?
Yan
should have?
ang pinag-aawayan ngayon ng Democrats at saka Republicans.
Oo.
Ano, sinasabi nila, ang sabi ng Democratic Party, we have to keep spending, we have to approve a big budget so that we can pump prime the economy. Because if we spend, it will create economic multipliers. It will create jobs. Kung meron mga may trabaho, may spending, and spending helps. Ano? So may positive multiplier sa ekonomiya ng Estados Unidos, and they have to do that according to the Democratic Party, the Democratic politicians, para magtuloy-tuloy yung paglago ng ekonomiya. At tama naman sila kasi in the past few years, or in the
So
past
I can see
few
here you're a
quarters,
Democrat.
hindi naman, well, mas agree ako sa principles ng Democratic. Tama naman sila, kasi lumalago na yung ekonomiya from recession, slowdown phase. Ngayon we noticed a marked improvement. So talaga may improvement. Pero itong shutdown na to can really can be really negative. 1.4% in 1 month. Paano pag pinagtagal nila yan ng 2 months? So 2.8%. Ang growth rate ng US na 2%. So magiging negative. So posible pang magkaroon ng recession or maybe worse, depression. Baka mangyari rin kinakatakutan natin na double deep recession sa US. Ayaw rin natin mangyari to because it will also affect yung mga ekonomiya ng ibang bansa tulad ng Pilipinas.
So since we're going there, so how will this affect the world economy, this US shutdown?
Okay. Everybody knows that US is the biggest economy in the world, si US rin yung tinatawag natin ngayon na biggest lender, the biggest trading partner of the Philippines. So una, ang epekto niyan is yung sentiment sa investment, sa environment. Alam naman natin na yung shutdown na yan, and then baka magkaroon pa ng susunod na problema, yung US debt ceiling naman. Or because of those two, shutdown and the US debt crisis possible, which I think may also happen, nagkakaroon ng uncertainty. So sasabihin ng mga investors, wag muna tayong mag-invest ngayon. Kasi pag nag-invest tayo, medyo yung situation nakakatakot pa. Tapos na yung shutdown, by October 15, baka magkaroon ng problema as regard to the US debt ceiling naman. Which is very likely, malamang ma-hit na ng US yung kanilang debt ceiling, at pag na-hit nila yung debt ceiling, wala pang approved budget. Dahil nga may shutdown, meron deadlock between Republicans and Democratic. Pag na-hit nila yung debt ceiling by October, hindi sila makakapagbayad ng utang. Magkakaroon ng debt default, which I think is a bigger problem than the US shutdown. At yun ang mas malaki ang epekto sa global economy, lalo na sa global markets, kasi magkakaroon ng pessimism, ng takot, ng uncertainty. Yung mga foreign investors sasabihin nila, wag muna tayong mag-invest ngayon, hayaan muna natin na magkaroon ng stability bago tayo bumalik. And it happened in the past. Sa atin naman, sa Pilipinas, yung epekto niyan will be in terms, well, aside from pessimism, uncertainty, yung shutdown muna, maraming Pilipino, I'm sure, yung hindi magkakaroon, yung sabihan na, wag ka munang pumasok. Di ba? Wala kang munang sweldo. Alam naman natin, yung overseas Filipino dollar remittances, malaki yan nanggagaling sa US. So halimbawa, kung ikaw, yung tatay or nanay mo nandun sa abroad, na nagpapadala sa'yo regularly, ngayon wala mo ng trabaho, maapektuhan rin yung beneficiary dito sa Pilipinas.
But will that be a big percentage effect in our economy here in the Philippines?
May effect. Hindi ba
But
sabi
not
nga
big.
nila dati, when the US sneezes, the rest of the world catches cold.
Yeah.
Yeah? Pero ako para sa akin, dati yun. Ano? Para, binago ko yung statement na yon. Ang sabi ko sa kanila, yes, it might have some temporary effect dito sa Pilipinas. Sabi ko, kung dati, when the US sneezes, the rest of the world catches cold. Sabi ko sa kanila, ngayon, when the US sneezes, the Philippines catches gold. Bakit? Kasi kung ngayon, nagkakaroon ng decoupling effect. Anong ibig sabihin nun? Pag nagkakaroon ng problema sa US, yung funds na ililipat sa emerging markets. At isa sa mga emerging markets ngayon, yung Pilipinas. Ang paboritong puntahan ng mga ng foreign funds na nandun dati sa US, yung tinatawag natin na, yung tinatawag natin na BRICS economies. BRICS. And what are those economies? Si Brazil, si Russia, si India, si China, at si South Africa. Pero ngayon, meron pang emerging markets. Ang tawag naman nila is the TIP or TIP economies. And what are these economies?
Thailand?
Yan. Si T is si Turkey.
Turkey.
Dati si Thailand is included. Kaso nagkaroon rin ng political issues, may nagkaroon rin ng economic problems. Ngayon si Turkey. Si Indonesia at saka si Philippines. Kaya sabi ko, meron yan temporary effect. Sandali lang yan because of the uncertainty, pessimism. Pero yung long-term impact niyan, mid to long-term impact is positive.
Positive for us.
For us.
Okay, so like in the stock market, I mean, from 6,400 last week, it went down to 6,100.
Correct.
So is that the effect that you are
Definitely.
telling us about?
September 30 going to October 1, yesterday, our market as measured by the Philippine Stock Exchange Index went down 188 points.
Yes.
Pero kanina nag-check tayo, Ms. Ro, ang market natin is up by 223 points. So nakita natin, short-term impact, external shock.
Parang knee-jerk. It's like a knee-jerk reaction.
Definitely, So nagkaroon lang ng temporary decline, na-realize ng mga tao, sandali. Pag nagkakaroon ng problema sa US, funds bumabalik sa emerging markets. And so, balik tayo. Pasok rin tayo sa Philippine markets. And so, the upward pressure on the price of the stocks.
Pero, di ba, we already went 7,400.
Yes.
Tapos we went down to even 6,000.
Correct.
So what happened here? Like in the past months, June, July, August.
Yan. Dahil nga yan sa mga external shocks na nangyayari. Yan. US shutdown, uncertainty on the US debt ceiling, meron pa sa yung nangyari sa China and the Philippines issue, or issues between China, the second biggest economy, and the Philippines. Meron rin na uncertainty sa Middle East. So, confluence of several factors, which are external in nature. Tayo naman dito sa Pilipinas, meron rin tayong konting problema. The Zamboanga standoff. Alam ko, tapos na yun ngayon. Meron rin tayong corruption issue ngayon, na ingay-ingay until now.
And a policy issue.
Exactly. So meron
So that's the internal factors.
internal factors naman 'yan. So kahit ikaw yung malaking investor o maliit ka man yung investor, sasabihin mo wag muna masyado pang magulo. Alam naman natin yung market very volatile and usually emotions driven. Di ba? So sasabihin natin wag muna, let's wait for the market to stabilize and for the prevailing issues to be resolved. So, yun yung nangyari. Pero ako naniniwala that the Philippine economy is fundamentally sound. Our economy as measured by its gross domestic product, is doing very good. And in fact, yung mga foreign credit rating agencies and mga analysts, foreign and local, very optimistic sila sa economic well-being or sa economic soundness ng Pilipinas. Kaya I think 6-1, 6-2, 6-3, that's the best time to pick. Start accumulating stocks. Konti, ipon na konti. Kasi you are looking at 7,000, 7,400.
By the end of the year?
Ako, medyo, yung iba, very optimistic. 7,000, 7,000. Ako naman, sabi ko, 6,800. Pero isipin nyo na lang, we already hit 7,400 points. So that is achievable. We can even surpass that, but not at the end of the year para sa akin. Siguro, 6,8, 6,9 is very likely. Medyo conservative yung aking estimate.
It's always good to be conservative.
Yeah, oo.
So talking about that, and I just read in the papers that a lot of companies will go IPO this fourth quarter.
Correct.
So what's that? So that means that they really have confidence
Correct.
in the market, in the economy.
Definitely, Ms. Ro. So that is another sign of confidence, optimism. Yung mga companies gustong mag-raise ngayon sa local equities market ng funds that they can use for their various expansion programs. So marami yan. I think next will be Harbor Star, within the month. Si Robinson's Retail, I think, is also approved by the PSC and SEC already. And then, maraming nag-signify ng intention. I think even Concepcion Industries, I'm not really sure kung in-approve na ng PSC or SEC, but several companies have signified intentions, or their intentions to list their shares at the local exchange.
So, okay. So with this, it's very optimistic, right?
Yes.
There's optimism there, and at the same time, these things going on in the States. So yun na nga. I think what you're trying to say here is that okay, they have a problem there, but okay, we are affected a little bit, but after a day or two we recover, then we go on our regular business.
Correct.
So
Correct.
so we can most likely say that we are kind of independent of what is already happening in the States.
Yes. And then, sabi nga nila, di ba, may mga investment guru, ang sabi nila, the time of maximum pessimism is the best time to buy. Kahapon, pessimistic yung mga investors. And the time of maximum optimism is the best time to sell. So, kahapon kung nag-invest ka, bumili ka ng mga stocks, one very good example can be LTG, Lushotan Group. Ang presyo niya kahapon was less than 18. Now it's going 19 or maybe more than 19 pesos. So you would have already earned. So dapat bumili ka pag bumababa yung presyo ng stocks. Sabi ni Warren Buffett, the most successful investor in the world, sabi niya, be greedy when others are fearful.
Yeah.
And be fearful when others are greedy. Diba?
Yeah, well, that's all. Remember that, be fearful.
Tama, be fearful,
Be fearful
when others are greedy.
When others are greedy.
And be greedy.
And be greedy when others are fearful.
So kahapon, takot lahat
Oo nga, hindi
mag-invest.
ako nakabili.
Dapat din ka naging greedy kahapon. Ang laki na sana ng kinikita mo ngayon.
Anyway, going back to our question earlier, so good morning. She is 50 years old. Can you give me advice on where I can invest and magkano? Yung kaninang question ng ating viewer.
Okay.
Pwede natin
So,
sagutin
50-year-old and gustong malaman kung saan siya pwedeng mag-invest. Mawawala na yung SDA, Miss Ro. Alam naman natin na karamihan sa mga viewers mo, I'm sure na pag-usapan niyo na yan dati, alam na yan. So, saan mo ba dapat ilagay yung iyong funds? Mas maganda, ilagay mo yan sa mga instruments. Pag 50 ka na, dapat medyo conservative ka na. So, if you really want to invest in stocks, you should invest in blue chip companies. Yung siguradong magbibigay sa iyo ng magandang dividend yield. Huwag ka na masyadong mag-expect dun sa capital appreciation. Pag 50, 60 ka na, that can be
I think
secondary.
I would recommend balance. I mean, maybe half equity
Pwede,
and half bonds.
Correct, oo. Ayun. Pero pag diretso sa stocks, blue chips.
Blue chips.
Pero ako, ngayon, ang nire-recommend ko rin, mas maganda if you don't have time at all to analyze and monitor, mutual funds can be your best
Mutual
option.
funds. Okay, let's talk about that when we come back. We have to take a short break.
Okay.